The internet became a much more depressing place the day Flash was discontinued. How can I go on without my favorite nostalgic games? Thankfully, there was a lot of work put into preserving these games. Not everything was saved, I'm sure, but thanks to archives like Flashpoint, we still have access to so many titles. But there were some real classics out there, games people still can't shut up about to this day. So I'm here to find out which Flash games were the best. Let's rank every classic Flash game. Of course, there's more than the ones we'll be discussing today. Let me know which ones I missed in the comments, and maybe we'll cover them in the future. I've also already talked about a bunch of my cool math games videos, so if you're mad I missed out on Run or Duck Life series, that's why. That means our list for today includes Fancy Pants Adventure, Interactive Buddy, The Impossible Quiz, Line Rider, Whack Your Boss, QWOP, Bowman, Stick War, Riddle School, Achievement Unlocked, The Helicopter Game, Crush the Castle, Don't Look Back, Robot Unicorn Attack, Super Mario 63, MotherLoad, Yeti Sports, Don't Shoot the Puppy, Don't Shish Your Pants, Alien Hominid, and Breaking the Bank. How could we not end with the Henry Stickmin game? Keep in mind these are all amazing games, and we're forced to spread them out on a tier list. They'd all be an S compared to other Flash games, but the point of this video is to weed out the ultimate experiences. Now, without further ado, let's find out which of these games are the best of all Flash, and which ones should get thrown in the damn trash. I'm sure many of you clicked on this video because of Fancy Pants. It was the main point of the thumbnail after all, but it's so much more than that. We all remember this game for a reason. I played plenty of platformers in my prime, but none perfectly piqued my passion before Fancy Pants. The graphics aren't nuts, but they're certainly charming. The controls aren't complex, but boy is it satisfying to play. Sure, there's a story, but I'm a big gameplay guy, and getting to run up walls and do cool flips is all I can really ask for here. Why would you ever play a Sonic game when you could be playing this? We're starting with Fancy Pants because it's Fancy Pants, people. S tier. I had never actually tried Interactive Buddy before, but of course I know all about it. As little kids, we're evil. We just want a little voodoo doll to punch over and over again. We're barely interacting with this buddy at all. Almost every item is some sort of weapon. Besides, they give you money the more you beat this thing up, allowing you to get more things to beat them up with. I love getting to torture my favorite Republican, the purple Teletubby. Anyways, I was pretty surprised at how responsive each item and movement was, but definitely not as entertained as I was with Fancy Pants. I'm saying B tier. I'm not sure if I should be proud or ashamed about just how many answers I remember to the Impossible Quiz. It's not even a fun game, dude, it's just a stupid memorization test. Yet every time I was in the school computer lab, you better believe me and my friends were trying to get as far as we can in the quiz. And how can you hate on such classic questions like deal or no deal and the answer is seal, or save changes to untitle and the answer is brand? The answer to this one? Cylindrical Adventures, obviously. My favorites are always the ones that involve thinking outside the box, like the number 17 in the question or clicking the V in the lives. I managed to make it to the duck question before completely forgetting the answer and being unable to move forward. Pretty good for my kid brain to remember all that. This game managed to spawn its own genre of stupid puzzle games, and that's impressive. It feels wrong to say it's an S tier game though, let's put it in A tier. I've really never seen a game like Line Rider. You can write whatever you want? Awesome game. What do you mean there's more you can do? Screw Amogus, I'm making a little course for my Line Rider. I'm surprisingly not very creative when it comes to this sort of thing, but even the least creative person can come up with some fun little maneuvers in this game. That took me so long to get right, and it looks like that little roller coaster at Glove World. Anyways, it's so cool to be able to change the path of your character in real time, and each time you draw a line you can see how it'll change their course. The game is as fun as you make it, so sadly my game isn't that fun, but it is a very cool game. It's honestly just fun drawing stuff too. Definitely still giving it that S tier. I couldn't deny that Whack Your Boss and all the games in the series are classic, but pretty sure this video is going to get age restricted if I show the majority of this game. It's insanely violent, to the point where I'm sure some people enjoy this, but I've really never gotten that much enjoyment from watching someone get brutally murdered. So weird of me, I know. Every time I watch one, I just keep thinking, okay, you got him. Okay, he's dead. You can stop now, please. Please, he's dead. Just stop, please. They're good animations, and it's fun finding the secret ones, but in the end, it's barely a game. You just choose which kills you want to watch and nothing else. It's classic, but it's definitely a D tier. I won't force you guys to watch me flail around in QWOP for too long. For some reason, Bennett Foddy has always been obsessed with these types of games. forcing YouTubers around the globe to get angry at a game with 4 buttons. The controls are purposely confusing and hard to get control of, meaning your best strategy is to basically do the splits and inchworm as far as you possibly can. After a while, I managed to do a beautiful swan pose and straight up walked a few meters. It's fun to try, but that's it really. Probably one of the few games on here that doesn't deserve the title of classic Flash games. D tier. There have been tons of games like Bowman ever since its popularity, but you gotta give it a little credit. I like that you can play this game with your friend on the same computer. I like that you can add a wall and win for an extra challenge. And I do like the game idea. But man, is it basic. Once you find the right angle, just shoot at 100% and you're gonna hit them every time. The computer sucks too, so there's barely any real difficulty. The wall and win helps out, but not enough. This one is too lacking to place any higher than D tier. I think I'm just realizing that every good Flash game has been made into a vastly superior mobile game at this point. This is just a poor man's Battle Cat! Each side defends their statue while building resources and earning more troops. You can choose to control one of your guys too, but it never really felt more than a fun gimmick while I was playing. I definitely see the appeal, and I didn't hate playing it. I would rather just play Battle Cats on my phone than play it, that's all. C tier. I vaguely remember watching Jacksepticeye play all the Riddle School games, and I really felt like we needed some classic escape games on the list. By the end of the Riddle School series, the graphics are so cool and polished, and it's really fun to see how far it's come from the first game. You can tell a kid just sort of made this game for fun, as there's about 3 items and 4 puzzles to solve. It's genuinely impressive how the future games made these random characters have actual personalities, but that doesn't make the first game good. My favorite part was playing with this menu thing, so it'll go in C tier as well. Feels like we had a bit of a drought there, but good news guys, we've got ourselves another elephant game. I played This Is the Only Level in my Cool Math Game series, but these games are the ones I've always preferred. I'm an achievement hunter at heart, so trying to get them all is a very fun challenge in my eyes. And so I did it. I wouldn't have been happy with myself if I hadn't. And then I played the sequel too. I think I have a problem. I will admit the sequels are way better than the original, but I still love games like this, so A tier. Someone put this helicopter game as their favorite Flash game of all time. I hadn't even heard of it before, but I knew I had to try it. So let's all see what is the necessary inclusion of the helicopter game. I have to imagine the only person who puts this at the top of their list has only ever played one Flash game. It's literally just Flappy Bird! Sure, it probably came out before Flappy Bird, but at least that game has style. The only thing this has going for it is the moving terrain. This game should be embarrassed to be on this tier list. D tier. After the amount of Angry Birds games I played on the channel, I know one when I see one. It feels like a pretty important moment for me to play one of the key inspirations for those games. It's very similar, but with a few fun differences. The trebuchet mechanic is very satisfying. You're popping people this time, although they are still pigs, if you know what I mean. And you have different rocks to choose from, although each one is better than the last, so I don't know why you'd ever switch. There's even a level creator, something I always thought Angry Birds should do. Wait a second, what are you making? Hold on, cut the tape, cut the tape! Crush the Castle was a ton of fun. It reminded me of the glory days of Angry Birds. That's going in S tier. I sensed a major lack of platforming games on here. Well, besides QWOP, but you know what I mean. I remember playing Don't Look Back, but really nothing more than that. I've always loved games with a similar style to this. It's very charming to me. And I love quote-unquote Metroidvanias. Maybe a run and gun sort of thing is more accurate. Anyways, the whole time I kept wondering, why can't I look back? Seems fine to me. I look back as much as freaking possible. But then I beat the final boss on my first try. Ladies, one at a time. But then my ghost wife joined me and I immediately looked back and killed her. So yeah, no looking back at your ghost wife. We make it back to where it all began, only to see myself standing by the grave and we both disappear. A smarter man may see some meaning in this, I just thought it was a cool ending. I think Interstellar was based on this game or something, I don't know. I genuinely really enjoyed it, enough to place it in A tier. Just out of principle, I typically try not to play games with names like Robot Unicorn Attack, but apparently it's a classic and I've got to. And just look at this thing. Now look at the song Always by Erasure and listen to it while watching the gameplay here. That's what music is freaking playing while you run at top speeds as a robot unicorn. What an insane game. The top comment on that music video is about this game, by the way. But gotta be honest, I'm into it. As far as endless runners go, it's no Subway Surfers, but I really liked how quickly it speeds up and gets challenging in each run. Would love more variation, sure, but just look at how hard that death screen goes. That's gotta deserve a B tier at least. I've heard the legends of Super Mario 63, but believe it or not, this is my first time trying it. I own pretty much every Mario game on Switch. I'm a big baby Mario boy, so this game better live up to the hype, dude. As you might have guessed, it's called Mario 63 as a spin on Mario 64, a 3D game. Everyone loves a good 2D Mario game, and boy does this game do everything right. One of my favorite games ever is Bowser's Inside Story, so to see that Mario RPG sprite just made my day. It's got the gameplay of 2D Mario, the movement of 3D Mario, and story of the RPGs. I feel like it was every kid's dream to have a game like this. I do wish there was more like the intro of the game rather than a recreation of Mario 64 levels, but even then, these are completely unique. They even freaking give you Flood from Sunshine. The game is a masterpiece, and I will be playing more in my free time. S tier. Well, we've hit the MotherLoad. No, seriously, look. Holy shit, is that the Nostalgia Critic? In terms of drilling games, it seems a little primitive, but I can definitely see the fun in it. Slowly getting deeper and deeper, collecting more upgrades, and doing your best not to run out of fuel or blow up. It's not easy, you can pretty quickly drop down and lose everything. I think it's one of the better drilling games I've seen, but still have yet to play a drilling game I actually really like. Let's put it in B. Dude, I thought I'd seen every depiction of a Yeti, but look at that guy! I wanna be him! The penguins... So anyways, Yeti Sports! There's a ton of these games, but the first one is a simple batting game. You gotta get the penguins as far as possible, and that's about it. Strangely fun despite how simple it is. I really couldn't get farther than 300 or so. Let me know if you managed to beat my score. It's enjoyable for how simple it is, but it's so simple, I think I gotta give it a C. I'm a simple man. I see a game with a massive gun pointed at a cute cartoon puppy, and I click. Going in, I told myself I would not shoot the... Oh no, he's dead! If you move the mouse even a little, he gets shot on sight. Even a flinch destroys that dog. The game is evil and puts up a pop-up on screen. Your brain just naturally moves to click that damn X. Anyways, that's the entire game. You'd think it'd be over, but they add gimmicks throughout, like the sign pointing to eternal suffering. They want to trick you into shooting the puppy at all costs. My high score is level 6. God, this game is so hard. I love a challenge though. S tier. We went from don't shoot the puppy to don't shit your pants. Both issues I face literally every day of my damn life. Alright, all I have to do is not... God dang it, this is so hard! What a classic type adventure game. This could go down in history alongside the Hobbit game and Maniac Mansion. I did successfully make it to the bathroom, but it is fun trying to get every achievement outside of that. You can do so much in this game, it's really incredible. He really doesn't know how to do these simplest tasks though. If I had to choose between shooting a puppy or shitting my pants, I think I'd have to go with the puppy. C tier. As we're wrapping up the list, I thought we'd hit another big boy. Alien Hominid is always talked about when discussing Flash games, and it's easy to see why. The style is so nostalgically new ground. It really fits all animation from that time period. I thought that other run and gun game was fun, but this is actually a run and gun. And a good one too. Complete with power-ups, bosses, countless enemy fodder, it's all here. It is an insanely unforgiving game too. One hit and you're dead, 10 lives and you're out. I beat the final boss with 0 lives left. I'm really not made for this sort of thing. My best strategy was to just constantly duck and pray no one else did the same. Sadly, the console version is the full game, so that's where it ends, but still. If we're talking classic Flash games, then this is a no-brainer. S tier. I also just knew the list would be incomplete without Henry Stickmin. When I was a kid, I didn't know who made these games, how they're all connected, how massive they would end up being. I just saw the stick figure in a prison cell and I knew I wanted to play. I definitely am more nostalgic for escaping the prison, but Breaking the Bank was the first in the series. While later games feel more like choose your own adventure games, this one is pretty similar to Whack Your Boss. There's 6 fun little animations with 1 correct answer. Sadly, this didn't give me my fix, so I went and played Escaping the Prison too. That was what I was wanting. Not only is it more nostalgic, but it's simply a better game. You have options, you can make a difference, and you can escape in multiple ways. and it's 10 times more entertaining. I feel bad putting the first game in C, so let's also put Escaping the Prison in S tier. Whether your favorite Flash games still hold up or not, there's a reason we remember them. At some point in our lives, they made an impression on us. We saw something cool or tried something new that mattered. I saw people say they spent all their free time playing Yeti Sports, the game about hitting a penguin as far as you can. It really doesn't matter what the game was, how long it took to beat, or even if it was well made. Each of these games had passion behind them that our little kid brains latched onto and never let go. I will always love these games and the memories I have from them, back when games weren't taken so seriously. Thank you, Flash, and f*** you, QWOP. Thanks for watching. I hope I wasn't too harsh on some of your favorite childhood games. Let me know which of these were your favorites too. I'll be honest, I saved some of the big boys like Dino Run and Happy Wheels for a part 2. Let me know if you want to see it and what other games to include. Thank you to my members, all lovers of flashing, I'm sure. If you want to get flashed, then please consider becoming a member of the channel today. Thank you Leland, Patrick Bayerjan, Honomaki, Brightstreak, MD Switchy, Dolphin Rider H2O, Dojo Master, Christoph Creations, Lavatane, Jasper TV, Keep, Omegon, Gall Guy, Jep the Legend, Cheaper Ying, Gotham, Marie, Callum Ford, Dawn Star Plays, Stuff Happens Sometimes, Peacock, and Sharky. Today is a pretty big milestone for my members, not only because some of the recent ones are longtime viewers who just made that jump to membership, which is so cool and I sincerely appreciate, but we also have the first ever silver medal from Leland, my first ever member. The first of many, I hope. Patrick and Honomaki will surely be joining him very soon. My members are so great, what a time to be alive. Ludwig thought he could steal my thumbnail? Joke's on him, I'll steal his idea right back. And his girlfriend, and his mother, and his virginity. Next time, you'll think twice about stealing from me, Ludwig. Both issues I face literally every day of my damn life. Both issues I face literally every day of my damn life. My damn life! My life!